You know what? If people say there's no money in sales, they're full of shit.
Hey, it is the best paying job in the world.
Because you get to decide how much you make.
Welcome to the closing table with the Money Guys, Sidney Young and Jared Parrish. This episode is being brought to you by Allura Financial, AlluraFinancial.com, your source for real estate investment funding. Now, presenting the Money Guys. All right. We are back like Jack. Welcome to the closing table, Money Guys. We're the Money Guys, and we got your money. I'm Sidney Young.
And Jared Parrish.
It is Thursday, man. It is February. It's been a really February kind of month, man.
At least for Houston, it's been a fucked up month.
Man, okay, it's been a fucked up month. Check this out. This month of February, we lost a very good. What was he? How do you categorize Rush Limbaugh?
Man, how do you categorize Rush Limbaugh?
People hate him. People loved him. But he was he created the EIB network.
You know what? I think Fox News and any other conservative media platform, they lost their source.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's a guy that gave them everything to say.
Dude, he was talk radio.
Yes. And, he's coined a number of terms.
Name one.
Feminazi.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, that was a Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, okay,
the
cool.
Feminazi.
You know, what did he die of, by the way?
Cancer. Remember in the last State of the Union when President Trump gave him the Medal of Freedom?
No.
Did you watch the State of the Union?
No.
He gave him the Medal of Freedom.
Only watched the federal union.
Yeah, well, it's the highest award given.
The credit union when you go deposit things.
It's the highest award given to a civilian, and he gave it to Rush. I mean, it's like equivalent to like the Medal of Honor, and he gave it to Rush. Rush was crying, but at that moment, he was stage 4 cancer.
Oh, wow. Okay, so cancer ended up killing him. I think it was the 17th that he passed away. And but I always tell people, create something that goes on forever in your memory, so to speak. And he did, the EIB network.
Yeah.
Excellence in broadcast.
That guy was one hell of a speaker, very charismatic, left a great legacy, smart. I mean, dude, he always went
No, we're talking about Rush, not me.
What were you talking about? He always went on the air non-scripted, just like you.
There you go.
And, I mean, the guy could talk, never stammer. He always had an answer.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, when I was little and my dad would get in the truck, I'd go working for him. He had a roofing company. He'd always have Rush Limbaugh playing, and I always hated it because AM radio sounded like shit. It still does sound like shit. And he'd have Rush Limbaugh on there. It's just like, oh, really?
Dude, I've done so much talk radio here in Houston that, I mean, you thrive on it. It just becomes part of what you do. You don't even think about it. You
should think about doing a podcast.
That's a good idea. Hey, speaking of podcasts, our podcast is uploaded on YouTube every week.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
What's our YouTube channel?
Is the Closing Table with the Money Guys.
And you're up there. There's other videos on there too. It's starting to get a lot of hits on there, man.
Yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, boost it up. Share it with your friends. I think sharing it's the most important thing.
Now, by the way, this show, which is the Closing Table Money Guys, is brought to you by Express Wholesale Property. ExpressWholesaleProperty.com.
Express Wholesale Property is going to be the community for real estate investors.
And Express Wholesale Property has something coming up starting here in a week. It's going to be scheduled on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. It's between 6 and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time because it's going to be a national deal. We'll do it through a national platform. It's a virtual real estate classes. So you can be in Washington, D.C., Houston, Texas, wherever, and participate in a virtual real estate class. So we're going to teach wholesaling. We'll teach fix and flip. Even better, we own Allura Financial. We're going to talk about how you go about getting loans. What do you need? What do you need to do before you apply for one? Do you need money? You don't have to have money. You can get property without money. Do you need credit? You don't have to have credit. You can.
This is going to be how to make money with no money down.
And for those of you that do have money, we're going to teach you the best way to keep your money and use other people's money. So it's going to be an investment class along with a real estate class, all mixed together.
Absolutely. I think we've learned a few things.
I think we do. We do multi-million-dollar deals. I mean, these aren't just small deals. We do some very large deals. And it's all done with me and Jared doing the background on everything, mostly underwriting, you name it. So anyway, we'll talk more about that early next week, and we'll start the classes out, and it ought to be a good time. Really should.
Yeah.
Now, today, we're going to talk about what, Jared?
So, today we are going to be talking about the top 5 best salespeople in the world.
All right, go ahead. Talk about me.
So
in the world.
Yeah. So this list is courtesy of commissioncrowd.com. Commissioncrowd.com.
Commission Crowd. The commish.
Yes. If you'd like to read the full article, please go to commissioncrowd.com.
Now, we're salespeople.
Mm-hmm, we're salespeople.
I mean, we don't even think about it. People call us up. We sell money. Mm-hmm. And money, you would think, would be the easiest thing in the world to sell.
Sometimes it's hard.
It's not easy selling money. You would think, oh, man, everyone wants to buy money. You know, you can go to the moon and back, and a client would go, well, why didn't you go to the moon back and go back to the moon and come back? Oh, okay. You know,
I haven't heard that one yet, but it could happen.
Or Mars. We're on Mars now.
Yeah.
You know?
We are.
Well, you know what?
Thank you, Elon Musk.
We should have got with him and see if we can plant our sign out there, lurefinancial.com.
Right. I'm going to see if we can get him in get him in here on the show.
Good luck.
I think that'd be funny. Yeah.
Okay, so
it probably wouldn't be as bad for him as like the Joe Rogan show was when he got popped. Everyone hated. Did you watch that one? No. Who? Elon Musk was on the Joe Rogan show.
I don't know Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan podcast. No?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they were both smoking pot.
They were both smoking pot. We do no drugs in this office.
No, never in the office, only outside the office. So anyway, this is, like I said, this is courtesy of commissioncrowd.com. Take a look at them. Mm-hmm. So the top one on the list today is John H. Patterson.
Oh, he works for that Ford dealership over there.
Yeah, that's probably one of them. This was actually back in the 1800s.
Oh, dude, what was he selling in the 1800s?
Oh, man, you're going to love this. So this guy was a pioneer of modern sales and direct marketing. So direct marketing, face-to-face selling, and he got into a business, bought the business at the age of 40, and revolutionized it
in the 1800s.
In the 1800s, started doing door-to-door selling.
What was he selling?
He bought the National Cash Register Company,
NCR.
Yes, NCR.
Shink, shink,
he bought NCR back when he was 40 years old. Now, back then, people didn't want to buy cash registers.
Why?
Because, you know, they knew how much it was. They just had a drawer. They put the money in it. What do I need this calculator for? You know, if you give me $5 and I'm supposed to give you $2 and change, I know how to do that.
That'd be a tough sell. I can see that being a tough sell.
Yeah. But so he created the idea of sales, and I mean, they're really calling him the pioneer of modern sales. Mm-hmm. So he put this together. Now, one of his big things was overcoming objections.
Oh, yeah.
Because he would have his salespeople come back, and that was one of his biggest things, is he wants to make sure that his salespeople were successful. Mm-hmm. And they say, well, why aren't they buying? Because of this. Mm-hmm. He put together a 450-page canned presentation that all of his salespeople were required to memorize. If they could memorize it, they'd be fired.
Who could remember 450 pages?
The people who worked for him.
You know, just the difference between 1800 and now. We couldn't do that. I couldn't do it.
Hell no. Now, I mean, we don't know back then.
You know why?
The font was bigger.
Back then, you went back to your back then, you went back home to your log cabin, your fire. Your wife wasn't screaming at you. You know, it's
right? No joke. So he did that, and he was also the first guy that started using testimonials in his marketing process.
Good idea.
And that's stuff that we still use today. Testimonials are huge.
Testicles are huge, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you know who else? I got to throw in my own one here. You know who, in my opinion, is the world's best sales guy?
Is it one on our
I don't think it's on there.
On our secondary list?
I don't think it's
because we also have our own personal picks for today.
Yeah, we do.
But
I think the guy who sold the very first fax machine was a good salesman.
Right. Eventually, someone else will be able to fax.
As soon as I sell that second one, I'll give you their number and you can fax something to them.
Oh, no joke. That must have been tough. Well, like the first phone.
Yeah. The first phone, yeah. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters?
That's all the person's going to answer. All right. So, number 2 on the list, a lot of people are going to like this one. Mary Kay Ash.
The makeup lady.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, this is back 1963. Mm-hmm. So she worked in sales, and she did sales training, and she really felt disenfranchised because she saw so many people taking positions.
She had a franchise?
No, at that point it wasn't. It's a disenfranchised.
Spell that.
D-I.
Like disinfecting, except franchise. Okay.
So she was overlooked for many senior positions. Even people that she had trained, they would take her over. Take them over her. Typically, they would take the guy over her, and she got pretty pissed off about it.
Yeah.
So once she kept building these businesses up and building up all these salespeople, she said, fuck it. I'm going to go do it on my own. So she took $5,000 out of her life savings to set up her own cosmetics line.
Do you think she said goddamn versus fuck it?
I don't know. She
Okay.
strikes me as the type of lady that's going to say fuck it.
We'll check on
Just
that.
my personal opinion. I mean,
We'll check on those facts.
yeah. So she did that, and she grew it.
She started with $5,000.
Massive. Yes, $5,000.
Which in 1960, that was a lot of money.
Oh, indubitably.
Shoot.
Yeah. So, but it was started in 1963, and then today, 500,000 women work for Mary Kay in 29 countries, bringing in $2 billion a year.
That's not bad return on that $5,000.
No. At her death.
Oh, when did she die?
A few years ago.
Oh, okay.
At her death, she was worth $98 million.
Did she have kids, marriage, all that?
Actually, yeah. Her granddaughter, yes, she did have kids. Her granddaughter lives over by me.
Really?
There is a huge house right off 518 across from Crowder Funeral Home. And I always asked him, I was like, man, what's up with this house? He says, oh, that's Mary Kay's granddaughter. Because Mary Kay was actually up in Dallas. And she wanted her granddaughter to live up there with her, but her granddaughter married some neurosurgeon here, and they bought this massive house. Even J.J. Watt wanted to buy it. They told her to piss off.
No. That's too bad.
Yeah. Good times.
China.
Right? So we got another one on the list. Now, this is a salesman for salesmen, Mr. David Ogilvy.
Ogilvy. Yeah, he's the
Not
insurance.
Ovaltine.
Ogilvy. Okay, what did David sell?
So David sold selling.
He sold selling.
He sold selling. So he laid the groundwork for marketing practices taught today.
Sales systems.
Sales systems, but advertisement marketing.
He was the first Grant Cardone.
Yeah. So this is back in 1948. Now, he laid the groundwork for marketing for a lot of the marketing practices that are taught today. He was deemed the master of the soft sell. They didn't know me.
He's definitely the soft sell. I'll tell you something. This guy didn't know it probably back then, but there is a psychology to the sales process.
Yeah.
And you have to, and if you're in business and you have a sales team, consultants, whatever you call them, they have to understand that psychology of when and how to present things to where it's marketable.
Yeah. So with some of the things that he was putting together is when we print any ad, I want at least one of the following.
Oh.
Promise a benefit. Deliver news. Offer a service. Quote a satisfied customer.
The testimonial. Recognize a problem. Or tell a significant story. We're good at telling stories.
Those same things are still used today.
They are.
And he died back in 1999. At his death, he was worth $8 billion.
Oh, $8 billion.
$8 billion. That's a lot of zeros.
Guess what time it is time for? It is time for a deep commercial. We'll be right back.
Why are women so happy about new Tickle antiperspirant? Is it because Tickle is the first roll-on with a big, wide ball? Is it because Tickle comes in 4 fresh fragrances? Or is it because Tickle helps keep you dry all day? Make yourself happy. Staying drier is nicer with a little Tickle.
Hey, but now wasn't that an interesting defunct commercial? That wasn't 1800s, but hey, it could have been.
I'll have to find one.
You have to find one.
If we have any videos from the 1800s.
You have to look at that. Okay, we're talking about some of the top salespeople in the world.
Best salespeople in the world.
Go ahead. Who we got here?
So we've got Ron Popeil.
Popeil. What are these freaking names? Ron Popeil. What did Ron Popeil say?
P-O-P-E-I. I'm sorry. Yeah, P-O-P-E-I-L.
Think of how he got picked. What year was he around?
This is 1969.
Think how he got picked on. Hey, Popeil.
Yeah. You gonna write your name down? What an insult, right? So he was the inventor of something used even to this day.
What do you invent?
The infomercial.
Oh, the ShamWow guy.
Well, yeah, same type of thing. Or Billy Mays.
Billy Mays.
With Oxy.
Yeah, OxyClean.
OxyClean, yeah. So he was the inventor of the infomercial. He started selling, and at the beginning, when he was in his teens, he was in Chicago, and he started seeing people sell things on the street. So he's got his little stall, and he would go out and just find any product that he could find that he could sell.
Cool.
Because that was his big thing. He goes, I can sell anything. So he'd put something on his little table in his stall, and he would just sell it. And it was crazy. So the first ever TV product that he had was really just a water hose with one of the
you need the nozzle,
the little nozzle on it.
You need the nozzle.
So it was first ever TV product that could clean cars, wax cars, and fertilize your grass.
But wait, call down.
Right. So that was the first one he did. He says it was just monumental to him. He loved it. He loved the way it was set up.
Yeah.
And then his father asked him to market a food slicer.
Oh.
That he created called the Vegematic.
The Vegematic.
The Vegematic.
Only 3 easy payments of $39.95.
And due to the new style of infomercial, because it was the first one that was out there, for the Vegematic, it grew from $200,000 in sales to $8.8 million in 4 years.
And what year was this?
This is in the early 70s.
Damn. That's huge back then. That's big today.
Yeah, and at his death... No, I'm sorry. No, he's not dead yet. He's still alive. He's in his 80s.
Oh.
His current net worth is $200 million.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Talk about, you know what? If people say there's no money in sales, they're full of shit.
Hey, it is the best paying job in the world.
Because you get to decide how much you make.
That's right. Because we got your money. Go ahead. Who we got next?
Now we sound like the IRS. So next one on my list is Napoleon Barragan.
Oh, Barragan?
Yep, Barragan.
Yeah.
Back in 1976, this gentleman was only 17 years old. And Barragan started his first venture selling soda on the back of a donkey in Colombia.
Soda on the back of a donkey. So he had donkey soda.
He had donkey soda.
Okay.
And
so that's good because the donkey it mixes the soda.
Yeah. So he eventually relocated to New York when he was a little after the age of 17. He started.
Did you ever tell him his soda tastes like Jackass?
Jackass soda.
Jackass.
So he moved to New York. He started working odd jobs, and then he found his calling as a salesman.
Yeah.
At a secondhand furniture store.
Oh, okay.
He got into furniture. Remember, we've done it. We've talked about this on a couple of shows. Find your niche.
Yeah.
Find your niche.
Right.
Don't spread yourself out too much. Find your niche. Find the one thing that you can really do and just nail the hell out of it.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
He sold furniture.
You might recognize this gentleman.
His name Ethan?
He started 1-800-Mattress.
1-800-Mattress. I don't know that one.
And then, it's a big one.
Is it? Okay.
And then when the .com boom started happening, he bought all the mattress.coms.
Oh.
Mattress.com, mattressale.com. He bought all
Mattress Mac?
Not Mattress Mac, no. But at his he's currently alive. From what I can find, there's very limited information on him. He's worth $58 million.
Jeez.
And then, but when researching this guy, found out some dirty little secrets.
Uh-oh. You got a little dirt.
Yeah, this is actually pretty messed up.
Yeah, let's see.
His son killed his wife.
His son killed his wife?
Yeah, so his son killed his own mother.
Why?
And back in 2009. I don't know. I don't want to get into the weeds on it. I don't know if there's still something going on there. Wow. It's been over 10 years.
Wouldn't that worry you sleeping at night with old Johnny Boy in the house?
Right. I mean, even the neighbors are saying that. He goes, something's off with that boy. I don't know about him.
He mentioned something.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it just wasn't quite there. And then next thing you know, it's just like,
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well,
so that is our top 5 for what we have now. But I put together our own personal picks.
Hey, you know mine, Uncle G.
Grant Cardone. What's your favorite thing about Grant Cardone?
It must be a wreck out there. Apologize for the background. It looks like there's something going on out there. Police and ambulance out there.
They don't care.
As long as they don't start shooting at us, we're good. What I like about Uncle G is this. He understands the process. And I've followed him for years. And what I really love about it was last year he did the Undercover Billionaire TV reality show. They dropped him off in Colorado, some little town. He shaved his head, gave him a fake name, and he gave him $100. In 10 days, being a total stranger in a little town in Colorado, he took $10 and he was able to make, $100, and he was able to make $10,000.
Wow.
In 10 days. That's a sales guy, man.
No joke.
And he did that by following his own principles, gaining trust of a business owner, working, doing the marketing, and boom. $10,000 within 10 days. So he proved everything he talks about, he does.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, that was.
That is very impressive.
But anyway, he's just he's a good guy to follow.
It's funny they call him billionaire because he's not a billionaire.
Right.
His net worth is $300 million.
Yeah, and he talked about that when they listened to the show. He said, "But I'm not a billionaire." They said, "Well, you control billions in assets." He said, "Yes, I do." They said, "Well,
there
you're a
you
billionaire."
go.
Yeah.
So
Who you got?
that's a good one on there. Jordan Belfort's on there.
Oh, I like Jordan Belfort.
Now this guy took people
Yeah.
who couldn't sell that couldn't sell themselves.
What's the straight line method? I've never understood that.
Straight line? The idea behind straight line is just keeping them focused. Okay, here's the beginning of the pitch. Here's the close. Keeping them on focus. So many salespeople spend so much time building rapport.
Yeah.
And they'll go off on these tangents. So, like, if you're sitting there talking to someone and he's got a big fish on the wall,
Yeah.
and, they'll start talking about that, and they'll start talking about fishing, and they'll start talking about trips that they took, and they go off at what he refers to. He goes, they're off out in Pluto.
So his straight line is pretty just straightforward, I guess.
I mean, there's a lot of things that he teaches in the straight line deal, but and I mean, I liked it. I thought it was very interesting.
Well, he made millions, so it must have some legitimacy
But I mean,
to it.
even before the straight line, as far as the trademark and everything, he had Stratton Oakmont. And he trained people who couldn't sell themselves out of a paper bag.
He
turned them into millionaires.
He would take people that come from other stockbroker firms in the 3-piece suits, and he'd ask them, well, "Did anybody here come?" And they say, "Yes, I used to work here. Get out of my office."
Yeah.
And he'd only hire people who were just desperate.
So he could train them. He didn't want to. He didn't want to bring anybody in that had bad habits.
Yeah, I like that.
Another one on my and he's worth $100 million, by the way.
Yeah.
Tony Robbins. Now, a lot of people don't think of him as a salesman, but he really is.
Of course
Because
he is.
What is his product? What's the product?
Himself.
Yeah. He sells himself, and people pay him thousands of dollars.
He does what we all do.
What is it? The Date with Destiny, that weekend retreat that he does? People pay like $10,000 each to go to this.
How many people go that thing?
Hundreds.
Really?
Yes.
Jesus.
And he does that once a year.
Man.
I know. I mean, granted, all right, so he does have tangible products. He's got I guess not cassette tapes anymore.
I watched a thing about him probably 10, 15 years ago, and here's why I still remember to this day every time you say his name. Mm-hmm. He said that when he realized he had really broke the barrier and done something great in life was when one day he was flying into the Coliseum where he was going to do the show at there in L.A.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the traffic? And he's looking at the traffic. He said, "Man, there's a serious traffic jam."
Yeah, I hope people can still get in.
Yeah, and then he realized they're all traffic headed to his show.
Yep.
Yeah,
and I mean, he started out with very modest means. His
Yeah.
mother was an alcoholic and drug addict.
Yeah.
Had to take care of her. And
he never killed his mother.
No. He never killed his mother. Thank God. No, but I mean, it's just amazing what he does. Just him speaking. That's his product. Is him speaking, and he just makes millions with it. Another one. He's worth $600 million, by the way. Zig Ziglar.
I love Zig.
Zig Ziglar. Man, like I said, dude, the Baptist preacher.
Yeah.
But
he's
he
talking
was
to
these people. It's like, you don't know.
he was good though, man. I saw him at the Toyota Center one time. He was good. He was with a group of them talking up there.
Yeah.
He's from Dallas.
Yes, he was. And at his death, he was worth $15 million.
Oh, Zig.
Now I had to add this in there just because you joked about it. His name is Vince Offer.
My name's Vince Offer.
His real name is Offer Shlomi, so I could understand why he went with Vince Offer. This was the ShamWow guy.
Oh, you're
This
kidding
is the ShamWow guy. His net worth is actually $2 million.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive now that he's out of prison.
He went to prison?
Oh, yeah.
What do?
No, we're not going to go there.
Oh, okay. ShamWow, I remember him. You remember the guy who died after the plane had a hard landing, hit his head or something? Next day he woke up dead.
He didn't
Billy
wake up. Billy Mays.
Billy Mays.
Billy Mays died of a cocaine overdose.
No, okay, wrong one then. No.
And one of my personal favorites,
Which is?
Vince Vaughn.
Oh, Vince Vaughn, man.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, I love
He's
him,
the
man. If you've ever seen his movies and they ask him a question, he has to like wing it. Oh my God,
Dude, I love that guy. His delivery
what's
on
the
everything.
one when he was selling cars?
Say what?
Remember the movie where he was selling cars?
No, which one was that?
I don't know the name of it. Anyway, he was just incredible stuff he does. You're so money, baby.
You so money you don't even know it.
Hey, speaking of money, we're getting ready. We're going to take another defunct commercial break. We'll be right back in a minute.
What's going on?
January.
Clearance.
Sale.
At all.
Tower.
Record.
Video and book.
Stores.
3
Days.
Only.
3 CDs.
Just $35. Thousands.
To choose from.
Hundreds.
Of movies.
2 for
$20.
all books.
30% off. Laserdisc.
And video games.
Sale price. It ends
Thursday.
midnight. 3 CDs.
$35.
2 videos.
$20. Books 30% off. Right now.
At all.
Tower.
Record.
Video and book.
Stores.
3
Days.
Only.
It ends
Thursday.
midnight.
You're so money, baby, Vince Vaughn. Hey, this is the Closing Table of the Money Guys. We're talking today about salespeople who have really done great in life, and I want to talk about that. You have a business. You have, you go out every day. Even people that say, I don't like to sell, they're very, introverted.
Yeah, there's a lot of introverts.
Yeah. You don't realize it, but every day when you get and take a shower, you get dressed, you go out in public, you sell yourself.
Yes. You show yourself every day.
You know, part of your marketing is you. You go out, you walk in a business to buy groceries. You get up to the counter, you know what, they're looking at you. Can you pay for these groceries? You know, you're selling yourself.
Yeah, sounds like discrimination right there, but
you don't look worthy enough. Right. Put that cheese back.
And something that people overlook too is you sell yourself on things.
Yeah.
You sell yourself is when people get up early in the morning, they go to the gym. You have to sell yourself on that.
Man,
you sell yourself when you're trying to make a decision on should I buy that bigger TV? I know mine's kind of small.
And then we do deals with Lure Financial all over the country. We've never, even the local deals, we very rarely see our clients face to face. And so there's the people on the phone who have to sell a product through the phone. That takes talent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and some people when they sell, it's more body language. They're using this. They need stuff like that. They need to make sure that they. With us, everything's done over the phone.
Well, and a lot of it too is we've been doing this so long that when somebody asks you a question, you already know the answer. You just kind of wait for them to get their part out so you can explain the answer to them.
Yep.
It's confidence in your knowledge, in your product, and your service.
Yeah, when you stutter and you stammer, it's just
man. And this industry is not easy to learn. This is tough, and we take on new consultants. It takes a long time for them to catch on.
Really
Some
does.
don't. And the ones that don't, we go, man, what the hell? Are you stupid? No, we don't do that. But
stupid is as stupid does, ma'am.
There's Bubba Shrimp, Shrimp. but my point is this: find your craft, master your craft, man. Don't waste your time in the mornings watching cartoons and all this other stuff. Watch Grant Cardone, watch Tony Robbins, watch something motivational to get you pumped. Hey, I get here to his office every morning. I'm always the first guy here typically, and I'm watching GC on there.
And finding the things that are going to motivate you every day. Sometimes it could be something simple. Sometimes, like we've discussed it before, here downtown, we see homeless walking by all the time. And
reminds you how fortunate you are.
Yeah, because we may be having a terrible day, but then we see that it's like, hey, it could be a lot worse.
Speaking of a terrible day, we're out of here. Thank you for watching or watching the Closing Table of the Money Guys. We're the Money Guys. We got your money.